this the rational? Is this the rational conversation? Cool. There you go.
Why did you guys decide to come do this? Like, what is your motive?
Well, okay, so obviously it's about abortion, right?
Yeah.
We go to the abortion clinic here in Norman, Oklahoma. We're from Norman, Oklahoma. We see plenty of young women coming out, right? Don't mind them. They're news reporters. They're good.
All right.
They're fine. But we see lots of young women being taken by their parents, by their friends, by themselves.
Yeah.
And they've gotten out there, and we call out to them, try to hold them back, but oftentimes they just go in and kill their babies. Now we think that their babies are our neighbors. We think they're our neighbors, and we think that abortion destroys lives, right?
Yeah.
So we figure, we see so many high school students having abortions, why not go to the high school, talk to them there, pass out some information. Like our little booklet here, actually, it has, our views on abortion. We think it's sin,
Yeah.
and it has our sort of like number to where we can help you find another way.
All right.
So, but we're Christians, That's, we're just.
Have y'all had any good conversations inside with some of your peers about abortion yet?
I get where you guys are coming from on this. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, if people want to adopt children, they tend to usually go and people can't have babies.
Yeah. Well, there's people waiting to adopt, like all
Yeah.
the time. It's adoption. We think that even girls y'all's age, if people would love them and surround them, can help them, raise a child. We think that that's possible, but there is always adoption, of course. So do most people in the high school just think that we're out here trying to be a threat, or do they just think that we're just trying to raise awareness, just acting like abolitionists? What's the conversation?
A lot of people, like, a majority just try and ignore it.
Yeah. Keep your head down.
That's actually something that we think is a problem in our culture, is that people are willing to ignore their bloodied and bruised neighbor that's being destroyed down the street. Anywhere from 10, probably around 10 a day are killed, just a couple, mile and a half or two up the street. And we all want to go about our normal everyday lives and watch our football games, listen to our music, go to our concerts, which there's nothing wrong with any of that. But we act as though we live in a civilized culture and where everything's okay, land of the free, home of the brave, and we're like, good patriots, and we love our country, and we love our country enough to show that our country needs to repent of their sin. We're no different
Are
than
you
that
affiliated with a particular
We're
church, or
destroying
just
people legally, protected by our government, and nobody cares. So, like when you say people are ignoring it, you're right. They're ignoring it not just at the school,
but
like
if you're a member of the abolitionists.
You guys know about abolitionists?
Society.
Y'all heard of them?
Okay.
Abolitionists of slavery?
Yeah. We learned about that a couple of years ago.
So we're not necessarily saying slavery and abortion are the same thing, but if you look at the situation, the time of slavery, people would go out and they'd hold signs like this, maybe they couldn't print them as well as large, but they would, pass out pamphlets like that, and they would say, listen, slavery is not this important part of our economy that it's worth doing this to human beings. And people of that culture in that time would say, hey man, this is our property, it's our prerogative, this is my slave. You don't own a slave, you don't have to own a slave, just leave us alone. Most other people would kind of keep their heads down, have a moral opinion against slavery, but they wouldn't, appreciate the guys who are like busting the slave owners. So
we actually think in the future that like future generations will look back and they're going to think that the people who ignored these signs and the people who didn't hold these signs and didn't stand out in the cold and raise awareness, they're going to be the crazy people. We're going to be seen as the people who are looked back upon and be like, I would have been one of them. then there's going to be another evil in their day that they're probably going to they're not raising awareness about. They're not trying to stop. So everybody looks back at the past heroes and they're like, that's who I would have been. But they're like the ones that are silent and not doing anything in the current day.
Yeah. Watch any movie. There's like the good guy fighting the bad guy, and then there's all those other people that are just kind of keeping their heads down. And everyone watches the movie and thinks, I'm William Wilberforce. I'm Braveheart, you know? Anyway, we're talking too much. What do y'all think? What's the... A little crazy, like his beard, but outside of that, normal guys... normal guys coming out here, you know, we believe in Jesus Christ, we believe in sin. Like, I would be honest, I never ever talk to you again, you know? I'd say, like, you got sin. There's, like, stuff that you do that separates you from God, and it separates you from your friends, it separates you from other people. You know, whether it's, like, looking at pornography, whether it's, like, lying, stealing, anything like that, hating somebody, cheating. Yeah, I forget about cheating because I'm not in the school contest anymore. Like, all that stuff is, like, sin. And it's completely, like, you know it inherently, like, inside. It's like, I don't